Yo, what is up, y'all? It's your boy Drew. Going live. Been hearing about this. I was gonna do this one last night, and I thought to write it off. I should have, because I would have it blew up today. But I'm here for it. We're gonna get into. Did Tim Walz? No balls, Tim Walz. Is he drinking that horse jizz? I don't know, man. You know, he looks like the type of guy that would. And let me just say, even if he did, I don't think liberals wouldn't even care. They'd be like, yeah, so, I mean, they're chopping their dicks off. They're grooming children. They're doing all this crazy shit. They wouldn't give a fuck. Oh, what's up, Jeremy? Rachel. Gobboy. I don't know if I'm saying your name right. Rich, Big Drink Tea. Good to see you. You over at Aphrodite's yet, Big Drink Tea? Let's get in to the jizz. A lot of disinformation, misinformation around it. I guess it all starts with the JD Vance couch rumor, where they say that he fucked a couch. And I'm not sticking up for Vance, but it's a completely made up thing, right? Like, it's proven that someone just edited the book in the little digital version of the book to write that. And it's not actually in the book that Vance wrote, which that's fine if you want to meme on that or whatever. I don't mind that. I think it's kind of funny. But then this guy got up there, no balls, Tim Walz. He got up on his little announcement that he was going to be the VP pick, and then he made the little couch joke, and everyone was like, oh, he went there. Which, you know, it's honestly, I think it's kind of funny. It's kind of a funny troll. But then if you remember the Donald Trump first debate with Biden, they were just like, oh, well, everything he said needed to be fact checked, and he couldn't have said anything that was false or whatever. I don't know. I think it's just hypocritical, or, you know, bad intention for a VP to be saying something like that. But then they kind of, I think the Republicans just turned the table on this dude and just made some shit up. It's pretty clear it was made up immediately to me when you read the article about it. Let me pull up this article. Is Tim Walz drinking horse semen 18th century Chinese ritual? Did Governor Tim Walz drink horse semen? Some Republicans are claiming he did in recent years. Some people in Minnesota have started drinking horse semen. That's why I had to leave, bro. I had to move out. You motherfuckers had got milk mustaches. Some Minnesota people started drinking horse semen, a trend that began in New Zealand. Now, if you meet a New Zealand bitch, then you know if she's trying to tell you she don't do that, better call her out. And this dude is he from Minnesota? Why is he wearing a Michigan State? Maybe he's not even from Minnesota. According to reports, after ingesting horse semen, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz was treated at a Hennepin Healthcare Hospital, where doctors performed gastric lavage and provided supportive care to clean his stomach. Damn. Historical accounts suggest that certain cultures have used horse semen for medicinal or ritualistic purposes. For instance, some traditional Chinese medicine practices involved consuming horse semen for their supposed health benefits. You don't drink that. The semen that Walls might have drank is often it's often flavored to make it taste better. What's this? Like some kombucha. And is marketed as having health benefits like more energy. It's like don't they say Red Bull? I think Aphrodite says Red Bull's got like bulges in it or something. It is popular among young adults who want to do something unusual and share it on social media. Now, I don't doubt Asians are drinking horse jizz. They eat octopus and all this other crazy shit. And then here's a newspaper article. Supposedly, local man's stomach pumped after neighborhood dare goes wrong. A Nebraska man was hospitalized after an unusual over ingestion incident. August 30th, 1995, in a bizarre, unprecedented medical emergency, Tim Walz, a local resident of West Point, Nebraska, was rushed to West Point Hospital. Yeah, even if this was a real article, they don't name the person's. It's like almost like a victim, right? It's a medical thing. You can't just name the medical emergency of the person. I don't think. So you already know it's bullshit. I knew it was bullshit when I heard he had his stomach pump, man, because we'll get into it in a second, but let me just read a little bit more. Medical experts warn that consuming non-food substances can lead to serious health complications, including gastrointestinal distress, poisoning, and even organ damage. It's critical to understand that our bodies are not equipped to handle certain materials. Dr. Thompson, oh shit, I'm behind. I'm the man behind this meme, just to let you know. What might seem like a harmless or humorous act can quickly turn dangerous. Blah, blah, blah. But they say it's him. Health benefits aren't backed by science, and drinking unpasteurized animal products can be risky due to potential contamination. Look at him. This dude is a fucking weirdo. Lukewarm horse blast. Look at they just put his whole daughter on blast and everything here. Drinking horse semen involves consuming a liquid rich in proteins, vitamins, and minerals. However, there's no scientific evidence that it offers the claimed health benefits such as increased energy or improved athletic performance. Here's this tweet at the Kentucky Derby here. The primary risk of people like Tim Walz consuming horse semen is that it comes with potential contamination with harmful bacteria or viruses. The body may react poorly. This is too much information about horse semen. It's not typically consumed as a food. Many young people believe that consuming it will enhance their sexual drive. Only if you get it straight from the tap, I think. Some say there exist few in New Zealand who are over 200 years old by adding horse semen to their diet. Well, listen, Tim Walz is aged like shit, so that's how you know it's false. Also, I want to click this one to save this link here. I want to talk about this. I'm assuming this is what they're talking about, but on this other one. The reason I know it's bullshit is because the stomach pumping thing. That's one of the oldest like tropes. Yeah. Shout out CBT. It's what I remember way fucking back in the day. They were like, yeah, Rod Stewart sucked so many fucking dicks. He had to go to the hospital and get his stomach pumped. And that was like, bro, that was like in the 90s. And then I've heard it come back every, I don't know, maybe every 10 years or something. I've heard some ex person took so many fucking sucked so many dicks that they're getting their stomach pumped. So I knew right there it was bullshit. Not that this guy wouldn't drink horse cum. Why is this? It's like highlighting. Hands are up. I don't know why it's like highlighting shit. I'm not even clicking anything. But that was the one of the first things that like I didn't even really want to try to even look in to see if it was real or not because it's bullshit. But at the same time, like if he's putting that band shit out there that he knows is totally bullshit, and he's using that for a cheap pop for the crowd, I don't really think it's out of bounds for someone else to use another completely made up thing on this guy because that's exactly what he did. I'm gonna look up Rod Stewart's stomach pump. Yeah, look at years ago, 2012, they were covering it. Rod Stewart has opted to address one. Oh, he actually addressed it. I didn't know that. Talking on Katie. I don't know what that is. Is that maybe some overseas talk show about the claim that he once had his stomach pumped to remove semen after orally servicing a bunch of sailors? Oh, shout out to Rod Stewart. Yeah, the story which spread across schoolyards through the 80s. Yeah, I might have actually heard it in the 80s because I feel like I heard it. I didn't even know like what jizz was at the time. And surprise, Stewart said it was made up. Well, what else is he gonna say? Stewart talked about Katie Couric. That's who he talked to, who proved that she's willing to ask anything. I'm as heterosexual as they come, he told I don't know about that, man. Explaining the story was made up by a former publicist. He also addressed the story at length with his new autobiography, Rod. I mean, his name's Rod. Come on. Rod, the autobiography. Stewart wrote that he once had his publicist share a room with his wife's 7-year-old son because a hotel was overbooked. Wait, what? That's the now deceased publicist met a man at the bar and brought him back to the room, so Stewart fired him the next day. But the publicist's revenge, Stewart said, was absolutely inspiring. Also, this publicist met a guy at the bar and banged him in the same room as a 7-year-old kid or some shit. Is that what he's claiming? He fed the press a story in which, as a consequence of an evening spent orally servicing a gang of sailors in a gay bar in San Diego, I had been required to check into a hospital, the emergency room to have my stomach pumps. I never orally pleasured even a solitary soldier, let alone a ship's worth in one evening. And I've never had my stomach pump. Uh, I don't know, man. When he says he's not gay, when he says I'm as heterosexual as they come, he doesn't even say I'm not gay. He says I'm as heterosexual as they come. When he says that, everything else you say is kind of yeah. Grill says the semen stomach pump is a classic urban myth. That's why, yeah, I knew right away it was bullshit. Anyone want to talk about horse semen? I'm gonna drop the link in the chat. Anyone got any experience drinking that horse semen? You can let us know if you are actually a 200-year-old vampire. Come on up and tell me about it. Um, so I think a lot, maybe these millennials and shit, maybe they've never really heard uh the Zoomers. They've never really heard the stomach pump story. Maybe it's just us old folks. I don't know. Because this thing kind of spread like wildfire. Maybe they just automatically don't want to like this guy too. Oh, look at him here. He's getting it right from the tap. That's fucking funny. Fucking sea biscuit Tim Walz. Weird political shit that we're into 2024 though. We're just these guys are just openly talking about, oh, this guy fucked a couch. Now Trump's team hasn't brought this up yet in public as far as I know, but maybe they will. Yo, this touchpad is fucking going crazy, bro. I remember overhearing my mom and the neighbor lady mention it in the 80s. Tiffany Angel says, yeah, it was like a big. Think about that. That's before the internet, though, bro. Like, how does that type of story even spread? They didn't publish that in like the National Enquirer. I'm literally not touching anything, and the shit is like highlighting comments and shit. Hands up, don't shoot. This guy is a big weirdo, though. Walls. He's definitely a weirdo. I saw a thing that said, let me see if this is what this story is about. I saw a thing that said this dude has zero stocks, zero properties, like zero assets at all. Well, and they were saying basically like, yo, he's financially illiterate. Don't let him lead the country because he's financial. Well, obviously he doesn't. Someone's paying him something somewhere, right? Like he has ties to China. We went over him the other night. He visited China every year for like 10 years, set up a thing for his students and went over there. And also him and his wife ran a business over in China. So he definitely has some under the table money or something somewhere coming in. But that's him. He wants to appeal to the common man. Like, look at me. I don't have any stocks. I'm just like you. I don't have any property, blah, blah, blah. But he also too, like he also has pensions, right? He's got the teacher's pension. He's got governor's pension, the military's pension. This guy's got money for sure. Look at right here. They're saying he's worth 19 million even. And a guy with nothing, no assets, they're telling you he's worth 19 million. How the fuck does that work, right? This talks about his stolen valor, supposedly suspicious deals here. Tim Walz has investments in various industries like education, healthcare, renewable energy, and real estate, often through family members to avoid legal troubles, which all politicians do. Now, see, I heard the exact opposite, which, well, I guess that's what they're saying. I heard when you're the governor, you got to disclose all this shit, and he discloses that he owns nothing. He makes a good amount of money from these investments each month, estimated to be 1.2 million per month, bro. As governor, he's used his influence to help certain businesses in exchange for campaign donations. Over the years, he has received large sums of money from lobbyists. For example, he supported a healthcare group with regulatory issues, and in return, the group donated 4.7 million to his campaign. Now, see, this says he's got all these real estate assets. I'm gonna have to look into this more then because the original one I read said he has zero. He did have a home in, I believe, was it Edina or Minnetonka? I can't remember in Minnesota, and they said he sold it for well below the market value to move into the governor's house. So yeah, I'd like to get to the bottom of this. Maybe I can look into this here tonight. Let's see some of these comments here. Thanks everyone for being here. Wait, what? We used to hear it was Mark Almond. Oh, was that like the same rumor on someone else in another country, maybe? How does that type of shit spread though before the internet? It was Rod Stewart, then Richard Gere. Yeah, I don't remember who else I've heard it about. I've heard it about some other. I think I've even heard it like, if I remember right, locally, like maybe in high school or something. They were like, "This girl's such a slut, man. She sucked all these black dicks. Had to get her stomach pumped." All right, here's our favorite troll here, Aaron Haywood. Tim Walz is Prince Peter Van Vollen of the Netherlands. I think Tim Walz is just like a dipshit. He's just a tool. I can't even say dipshit. He's just like a total fucking tool, seems like. Oh yeah, Marilyn Manson removed the rib and sucked his own dick. Well, originally it was a Marilyn Manson was the kid from the Wonder Years. I really actually believed that one for a long time. Looks just like him. Yeah, same rumor. Everyone's getting their stomach pumped. That's what Santos was saying on that. If you guys missed it, man, go to Tartarian Truth, and he played this Santos Bonacci interview with the guy called his name's Jesse, and the channel's called Missing Link. Bro, that shit was fucking funny. But Santos is like, your mother sucked 400 dicks. He's like, my mother only fucked my father. That's why my DNA is pure. But your mother sucked 400 dicks. And that's why your DNA is corrupted. I can't do a good Santos, but he's just fucking unhinged. You got to go watch it. It's on Tartarian Truth's channel. And the funniest part is he's completely unhinged the whole thing. And then some like Jesse's just highlighting random comments that he doesn't even read the comment. He highlights this comment that says someone says they've seen the globe, and Santos just he just fucking loses it. He's like, where's that fucking dumb cunt that believes in the globe? And he just like for 10 minutes he's just fucking going on. You're a horse. Your mother's a whore. Oh, that's fucking one of the funniest. Santos has some great classic outbursts. This is right up there at the top of them. Fucking dude was just slowly spiraling harder and harder throughout the interview. Uh, okay, so what's up with this? Hold on, Tim Walz, no assets. Shit, I was seeing today. This is CNBC. So yeah, look at CNBC says he owns no stocks, no bonds, or real estate. Disclosure shows. So what's the? I mean, obviously he's got investments or some shit, right? Does he? Are they saying like all that shit's in like an LLC or some type of shit like that? It's just not in his personal name. Is that? I don't know. Is it says Wall's minus modest financial profile stands in stark contrast to Donald Trump. Look at this dipshit. He just looks like he's Timu Joe Biden, man. You know, he's kind of like he is kind of a good pick because he's a coach, right? And a high school teacher. So he knows how these simple minds work and how you can like rally them and just like emotionally push these buttons on these fucking low IQ idiots, like high school minded people. So I'm not surprised right now. He's still in the honeymoon phase and he knows how to do that. So I'm not surprised that he's actually as popular as he is right now. And we only have 90 days until the election. But I think you're going to see him. He'll be putting his foot in his mouth a lot leading up to that. I think eventually, by the time you get to the election 90 days from now, I suspect that you'll see one of the reasons they picked this guy is probably to make Kamala Harris look even a little more better. Like he's going to look so dumb that it's going to make her look actually smart next to him. Right now, he's just got the momentum and the fresh car smell to these people. But give it a little time. This guy's a huge fucking dipshit. Okay, this one says his salary as governor in Minnesota was these governors get 127,000. That's actually honestly that's not that much though, right? To be a governor. But that's one of the things Jesse Ventura always talked about is he said, you know, these guys are crooks because they'll spend millions and millions of dollars to get into a job that pays like 100,000. That's how you know there's some crooked shit going on there. It says he was eligible for a raise last year to like 150, but he chose not to accept it. If Walz is elected vice president in November, he would make an annual salary of 284,000. That's all VP gets. VP gets a quarter mil. Damn. In 2019, after Walz was elected governor, he and his wife sold their Mankato, Minnesota home and moved into the governor's mansion. They listed the 4-bedroom home for 315,000 after buying it in 97 for 145,000. So Mankato is like south of the cities. But the one I read said he sold it for well under value. Must be a big home. When 2019 though, I don't know. It's hard for me to. I'd have to see his home. His modest financial profile stands in contrast of Trump. Vance, they estimate, is worth between 3 to 10 million. Harris, 1.75 million. And her Jew husband, Doug Emhoff, had investments worth at least 1 million and at least 250 cash. That's like EBT right there. 1 million in investment and 250 fucking straight cash. That's EBT money. Walz' financial disclosure as governor does not list the value of any cash kept in bank accounts. Just fucking millions and millions. The fucking CCP money. Walz is expected to file a new disclosure as part of the federal candidate that will be released in the next 30 days. The fact that Walz did not own stocks as of early this year is consistent with much of the former high school teacher's tenure in the U.S. House of Representatives. He left the House in January 2019 after 6 terms. Who's voting for this guy? I guess Minnesota. Walz' congressional financial disclosures showed that in early 2009, he sold investments valued between $1,000 and $15,000 in 2 Roth individual retirement accounts. He and his wife also executed sales in the same value range in 2 Roth IRAs that she owned. Those IRAs do not appear on later House disclosures, suggesting they were liquidated. So the dude's broke, basically. Or he's okay, on paper he's broke. Let's clear that up. On paper he's broke. You know this dude has money. Definitely has money. But why does the other one say that? The other one says like he has all this different kinds of assets. Weird. It's got to be like LLCs or some shit like that. Gobwe says he's an insurance policy, but for who? I'm certain they want Trump. Seems attempting to cultivate national and religious pride, but damn near squashed it out of us, I think. I think you'll see by the 3 months from now. I think the rose-colored glasses will be off, and he's gonna put his foot in his mouth quite a bit. Quite a bit. He'll probably get mopped up by Vance in the debate, I would think. But each side sees what they want to see. You know what I mean? Even if, like, if you're a more logical thinker, you're gonna see that Vance will probably be able to handle him. But if you're an emotional thinker, he's just going to appeal to emotion. So libs probably won't even think that he's going to get crushed. Now, Kamala Harris and Trump did agree to do a debate today for September 10th on ABC. I can't imagine this bitch trying to get on the mic and cut a promo on Donald Trump. She's going to get eaten alive. Donald Trump, one of the king of the promos in our kayfabe reality. I think it'll go worse for her than Biden had. At least Biden has all those years of experience of how to bullshit, you know. I definitely think that ticket will be in trouble after the debates. Not that I mean, I think it's being put up that way to light up the left, to give them the false hope that yeah, they're gonna win. It's gonna be just like Hillary. I think we'll just hype them up. But yeah, we're gonna win. We're so far ahead in the polls. There's no way this guy can win. And then pull the rug on them, and then get them out there riding. And then this time, I think the difference might be you may have Trump to strongly suggest, hey, you patriots should get out there and push back and stop this. But my predictions are pretty wrong, so take that for what it's worth. Yeah, no primaries. That's weird too. Yeah, she's just got installed. Yeah, you gotta wonder what the play is. They're pretty good at like keeping their cards to their hand. It's like not obvious. I think worldwide you see the nationalism rising. You see it in the UK, everywhere, man. You see the want to be nationalistic instead of the global, quote unquote, globalistic. Um, I think even the United States enemies are more dangerous as like nationalistic, like China, and hopefully that's the way it goes because I think they have to placate this, especially if they want a war. There's a famous um, post on 4chan from I don't remember, maybe like 6 months ago or so, and it said, "Hey, the elite are gonna ease up whipping the white man soon because they've basically the white man is kind of checked out of society, and that you're gonna see, a lot of this woke shit get pushed back on soon and all this stuff because they need more white men to enlist and for the war that's going to be coming or whatever." And then, so people unfortunately have been posting that all the time when these types of things happen, when woke shit gets crushed down or whatever, that it's like they know they've demoralized the white man too much, so they're going to try to kind of bring him back into the fold a little bit. And I totally can see that consistent with what's happening. Kamala is the meme queen, Stevie J says. She gonna win. Yeah, they got some weird memes. I didn't get she's brat. Kamala's so brat. I didn't understand what the coconut one was at all. It's like pictures of her on coconuts and shit. Someone tell me what that one is. I didn't. Must be some fucking like Zoomer shit. Yeah, they need an angrier world. I think everyone's just ready to let's just bring it back to states' rights. Let's have full blown commie states, bro. Like, you want to live that shit? Go live in Minnesota. Commie as fuck. As commie as California, Chicago, any other shit. Just have the shit be each state, and then you got to get the fuck out. If you're down here in Florida and you want to fucking be a lib, no, you got to get the fuck out. You got to go. The problem is people don't have the money to be like relocating their lives to actually make that happen. And obviously, those types of commie ones would bankrupt and be shitholes immediately, and then the people would be trying to flood out of there. But that's what I'd like to see. Just lock these motherfuckers in there. Who's hitting that link, man? It says the identity of the horse has been confirmed. That's fucking funny. That's another thing I wanted to talk about tonight too. As part of this is like YouTube and conspiracy forums, and basically, it's basically just become Twitter. Like, you're reacting to Twitter or TikTok. Like, most of the TikTok shit gets ripped immediately from TikTok and brought over to Twitter. So what they've created this situation where it's like prefabricated news. They don't have to even pay news reporters. They don't have to have like a controlled opposition and channel and all this shit. They bring the feed out and put the shit in the feed, and then you go in here, you react to the right shit, and then like your channel's gonna grow. That's what I was saying last night. I wanted to talk about this, the horse semen, and the problem is I don't have the time to later go out and like clip the shit out. I could make a great clickbait thumbnail and have it clipped out and chopped up nice. I just don't have that time. You know what I'm saying? Um, but I think that's what all these guys do, like Hassan and fucking Bausch, all these guys. They just stream, go on Twitter, react, and then it's all just clipped out, prefabricated news for the left and for the right. We got a very special guest here tonight.
Yeah.
Mr. Bushwhack, what's up? What's up, bro?
Special.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
What's good?
What's up, man?
Not much, man. Just talking about horse cum. That's all, pretty much.
Sounds great.
Yeah. You all good or what?
Yeah, I'm good.
You seem
How you
tired.
doing? How you doing? Yeah,
I'm good.
I'm definitely tired. Got to work tomorrow, but tired. Sometimes you face the bull. I don't know. What's up with you guys? What's up with
Nothing.
Chalk Inc?
Provo says, "Is bushwhacking here to address the beef?" I still don't even understand what the beef is. Was it
Yes, you
because
do. You
I
watch.
literally
Guarantee you watch the stream.
there was some stream that some shit went down. I didn't see it.
If you didn't watch, you didn't watch it at all.
No.
Oh,
That was a stream Paul was on, and I went in. I saw it the next day, and I just kind of skimmed through it. And I was just, when I see Paul, I kind of check
yeah.
out.
So you watched it.
No, I didn't watch it, but let's pretend I did watch it, okay? And let's pretend I'm guilty of whatever you're accusing me of.
What am I accusing you of?
I don't know. That's why I'm kind of confused. Even Provo says he's confused. I don't understand. From my understanding, just from what you've said in the chats, is basically these people.
That if you watch the stream,
Snafu is one of these people, but people started calling you names, and then TBE, he said he'd take it down, and he didn't. Is that the basic gist of it?
Yeah, and EBT, not TBE. EBT should attest to that. He said it on his stream that he would take it down. But
okay, but I can't make him take it down. I don't.
You could coax, or you can recommend one of your friends to do what's good, what's right. All those dudes hammered on me for something that you have said wasn't right on other streams before. Accusing somebody of being.
Who are these dudes that you're talking about? Are these
Snafu? Well, number one, they all rage quit. Truther Cop, Snafu, Paul.
Okay, I'm not really affiliated with any of those people.
I get it. You know who they are, though, right?
Of course.
Right. So it got out of hand. In the last stream that I was on talking with TBE, we were cool, had a good time. So when I came on, well, Paul Unslaved, I was trolling him a little bit in the beginning of that stream, because he's kind of a fucking retard. But I'm always gonna level from the high ground, and I'm not a holy roller or whatever. I'm not fucking, my shit don't stink or whatever. So when I get on and I would assume that TBE would not have my back, but at least be like, yeah, what you're saying is all right. Paul sounds like a fucking retard. So you guys said that before. So, and when that happened, the chat that I had with TBE before, we were cool. We were talking about whatever. He kept that up. But what it turned into was extremely out of hand. Extremely. They were accusing me of being I don't even want to say it on your stream out of respect for you, dude. It was really fucked up. And I don't want to be that guy to rage quit, so you guys can all have that as content for weeks to come. And I'm not even that's why I've been coming so hard at TBE, to take it down. And he's like, oh, I don't want to, why, coming at you in your chats or whatever. I hope you don't take it personally. But that shit was fucked up, man. I have a family. I work hard for my family. You guys, you go to Snafu's channel right now. He has a short on me reporting my channel for child endangerment. You guys realize what could happen from that?
Yeah,
I know you do.
I'm not affiliated with
I'm not
TBE's affiliated.
I'm not accusing you. You're giving me a platform.
Especially Snafu.
I get it. I get it. But TBE jumped on the bandwagon. Truther Cop was out of his mind. Threatening me, or not threatening, telling me I should off myself. I could take a lot of heat. I could take a lot of bullshit and, you know, busting balls, but that was below the belt. And I guess my beef with TBE would be to be like, yo, be like a man and stand up and say like, yo, guys, this dude's a father. You shouldn't say that. And he was just leaning, as you guys do. I bust your balls about chalk ink. If you guys think that I really believe that you guys are getting paid or whatever, I'm just busting your fucking balls. But at a certain level, you got to be like, yo, guys, this is fucked up. He's obviously not that. But when it's like the wolves were feeding, and I don't want to quit because rage quit or whatever, and they all rage quit. And the chat was all, you know, oh, this dude's a retard, you know, bear, this and that. It's like, come on, guys. You guys know that I fucking know what's going on. And I bust your balls a lot. Chalk.
So he said later that he would take it down, though, and then he didn't take it down. That's basically the gist of it.
Well, on the next stream that EBT had, yeah, he's like, because TB and I hashed it out. You know, I'm like, I get it. You know, it was on your channel. It got out of hand, but I didn't want to quit. I didn't want to rage quit, and everybody else rage quit. So I, you know, in his comments, I'm like, yo, I'll take the W, because everybody, they all did like quit. You know, they just, or whatever, they dropped off until it was just me and TBE at the end. So
I've had the same.
I don't think anything personal, dude. Like, this is online. I've never met you guys, never shook your hand, never looked in your eyes and shook your hand. I don't take shit personal. But when it comes to accusations like that, and you said it before on your channel, you're a fucking father, dude. Would you like to have that accusation on you? Like, when I do my research and I put out my history research, like, I'm serious about that shit. So,
right. I mean, I have the same shit. That idiot Sanity Machine says shit like that, and I can't remember who. Somebody else was saying that about me in the past before too, and it's fucked up. And I mean, I don't know, what can I do about Sanity Machine saying it about me? You know, there's really nothing I can do about it.
For one, you cannot jump on the bandwagon like TBE did. And I think that's why he reneged when I was on with EBT. I wasn't even on. Toilet Bowl was on with Enslaved by Truth, and he was like, yeah, we hashed it out. And I'm like, yeah, cool. You know, I get it. You know, you busting balls as a dude, as dudes do. And he's like, I'll take it down. And maybe he was just in a fleeting passing moment, you know, but he still hasn't. And that's why I go so hard in the comments. You think I'm fucking like chasing you down and like you trying to get you to have him do it, but like I'm just fucking around, man. Like not really fucking around, but I'm not serious about it, but it's like I'm gonna troll you a little bit. You know, you guys do that shit. You guys are.
I feel you. All right, TBE, take it down now, or I'm gonna withhold your fucking paycheck this week.
Yeah, chalk ink.
You're getting that fucking money.
I'm busting your balls for that, man. If you make money for doing this shit, if you're a fucking network, then more power to you. Then, like, honestly, for real, like I'm just solo out here. I don't even have a network. Like I talk with fucking Wood and Nichols and Ewar frequently in our little chat group, but I'm just a fucking regular dude working, trying to support my family, and I got a 6-year-old daughter. And when a pedo accusation is leveled against you, I take that shit seriously, man. And then fucking Snafu goes and makes a short about it. You know, how would you feel? I know that you command.
These people have been.
You command a big audience, Chuck, for real, and I respect that. And I respect that. You know, but I'm not gonna not fucking bust your balls about it. You know what I mean? So when I do bust your balls, and you guys want to block me or whatever, I for real don't take it personal. But how could you not think I'm gonna not bust your balls about it? Right? Okay.
Right.
Like,
I think these people have been weaponized by like these truther videos and shit, and like the McCarthyism against all the people they say they don't like are pedo. You know, Joe Biden's a pedo. Fucking all these politicians, every single person they don't agree with is basically a pedo, and like the then that leaks into here. It used to be you're a shill. If I disagree with you, you're a shill working for the government, and now it's just kind of become, oh well, now you're a pedo basically if I don't like you.
Yeah. Well, that seems like what that's Snafu's MO. But
Yeah, and I think you'll see a lot more of that in the near future with these people that are kind of just getting into this information, because again, it goes back to that like McCarthyism, just level like insane accusations against your enemies, and can't really get much more insane than that. So then you're going to see more people jumping into these rabbit holes, especially with that Trump assassination and everything. And then in 2 or 3 years, it's going to be like, even you won't even hear shill no more. They'll just go straight to that.
yeah, well, I give you credit for putting out that term post-truth. Who did I hear using that now? That one comedian with his the mustache or whatever. They're like almost like co-opting the term that you guys put out a lot.
Donut? Was it donut?
Nah, dude, Andrew Schultz with his fucking fucked up haircut and his mustache. Oh, you would if you've seen him for sure. Post-truth. That's where we're
Andrew
at right now.
Schultz.
Don't quote me.
Yeah, now it's just to the point where everything's fake, which a lot of it is, you know, and then it's like when some real shit happens, they're gonna say, oh well, that shit was fake. I was on a stream this morning, and they were I was watching a stream, and some guy called in from the UK, and he was like, have you heard about all this stuff that's going on here with the migrants? And the other person in the chat's like, yeah, that's all fake and a psyop. So he's telling the guy that lives there that the shit's not even real.
Exactly.
And the dude is like, no, dude, it's like right outside my window, dude.
For sure. To lend credence to that, like I still stay in touch with Woody Nichols and Ewar, and Ewar's not in England right now. He's traveling abroad in Europe, but he's sending us in the chat like what's going on there with the extremist Islamic State and what they're doing over there. It's pretty crazy. So it's definitely happening, although there's always that, you know, kernel of just Promethean theater. But
there's a lot of nuance in that too. Like one of them was the media over there made this post like there's going to be 100 different protests from alt-right people or extreme right wingers against migrants all over the country, and it seemed to be none of that shit was true or planned. And then they had all the immigrants and the people that are for it came out instead, and then the media used the next day the title like, oh, they used all the same title that was basically like migrants and pro-migrant people or whatever push back alt-right because they came out in bigger numbers, which, you know what I'm saying? So they create this narrative that all these people are going to come out, even though it's not true. They say alt-right's coming out. That's not true. And then they trigger the left to come out. And then they come out and say, hey, there's so much support for this left that they just came out and mobbed the right to go home. Yeah. That's just one of the things. Like there's so much nuance going on with it.
It sounds about right what you're saying, because from what I hear and what I read in articles and what you were saying, it's like they're labeling the native whites, if you will, the England natives as the alt-right. They're the aggressors for just reacting to what's going on with the Islamic extremists. So how do they even have a platform to even defend themselves with what's going on? And, you know, I respect all creeds, all faiths, but when it comes to the extremist stuff, I don't abide that at all or agree with it. So they're in a really tough spot over there, because it's like divide and conquer, but it's coming down from the top, you know. So it's like orchestrated, like I say, Promethean theater. Like I feel bad for that. Like
well, if Elon says that, you know, the civil war over there is inevitable, and I think I agree with him. It's just
that kind of stoked the flame a little bit,
When?
and their
When?
premier, whatever his name is, Stormar or whatever,
Fuck, dude.
Sierra Stormar, he sided with the extremists. But they're migrants. It's similar to what, not to draw the parallel, but like with um the riots, similar to what's going on or what happened in the Black Lives Matter. It's just like divide and conquer. But England is such a smaller state that you can control it more from the top down. So, yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Civil
Sorry.
War.
My son is crying right now and my wife's asleep with the baby. I'm gonna have to shut it down. I want to keep going, but if I can get him down, I'm gonna fire up another stream real quick. But I gotta go take care of this dude real quick.
Family's
Sorry.
family, dude. I appreciate you
Yeah,
giving me the
I'm
time.
gonna try to come back and I bet it'll be down in like 5 minutes. I wish she was out here, but I'll be right back. Hopefully.
God bless.
Peace out, bro.